Welcome back, students, to Micro Poker University. This is Danks. We are live streaming 25 NL Bankroll Challenge, 10K Bankroll Challenge, 1K to 10K. We've got $1,079.85. This is our second session. Yesterday I won a little bit, lost a little bit, and we are down from 1106 to 1079. Not a big deal. We are going to do our best to run it up. I'm going to continue to play 25 NL for now. As I move up, hopefully to maybe $1,500 in my roll, I probably will start shot taking at 50. But for now, we are going to just see how it goes at 25. I have been beating the game at 25 NL for the past 40,000 hands, and yeah, let's get into it. So, I will do my best to explain everything that's going on throughout the hand. I think it's very important to do my best hand analysis. You know, I'm not a professional coach by any means. I am the head of Micro Poker University. However, it just happens to be that I was able to form this alliance with a group of players that are just great. And I'm very fortunate to have these people in the Discord that have stepped forward and are willing to help us grow into a coaching platform. But, you know, I myself have been playing live 1-3 for many years. I didn't have the bankroll to play live. I had a backer and things fell through with my backer. So at this point, I decided to start my own little venture and had enough money to put $500 on Ignition. This was in February. I played 10 and L for some time, lost a little bit. Then I started to work with the Discord server, and the whole reason I created the Discord server, which the link will be down below, is that I wanted to get better at poker, and I just wanted to talk with players that were like-minded and wanted to get better at poker as well. And what happened throughout all of this is that we were able to get people in the Discord, and it really started to grow quickly. To my surprise, we were able to get a lot of players that were interested in just basically wanting to grow their game and get better. And in general, the Discord channel has grown. And throughout that, we were able to meet some great players. Zemtha has become a big part of Micro Poker University. He is pretty much my partner in crime, and he has been helping me and became the lead coach in what our venture is now. We got a lot of new exciting things coming forward. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to post the link in the Discord for all right. So that being said, the Discord has turned into so much more. Now we have a YouTube channel, obviously. We do hand analysis on high stakes. However, we do like doing those because a lot of times high stakes play is very different than micro stakes, and we can kind of see the mistakes that players make in high stakes that just in general wouldn't be made a lot of times in the stakes that we're playing online. And it just goes to show that, like, you don't have to be a great player to play live poker. Actually, quite the contrary. You can make money as just like a recreational, decent online reg and just print money in live games because they're just so soft. And it seems like the higher up stakes you just get rich people that really don't study the game and they want to just play. And if you can somehow find your way into those games, you can start printing money. Here we have A7 in the big blind with a small blind raise, but the problem is we have a player behind in the top left. We have a player behind to act, and he could easily just shove all in. So I think here we're going to go ahead and just fold. He calls. Glad we folded because we missed. Yeah. So that being said, there's a lot of great things happening with the YouTube channel, the Discord channel. We're going to be starting a coaching for profits program that will be launching very soon. We're working out the kinks for that. Really looking forward to what's going to be happening here in the future. And hopefully you'll be willing to follow us along the way. And my 10K Bankroll challenge, I've been wanting to do for quite some time now. But yeah, if you're in the chat, please drop a like, subscribe if you haven't. Say something in the chat. I will definitely do my best to engage with you guys in the chat as I am playing. Ask questions. If you're interested about a hand, or if you think a hand could have been played differently, please say something. I would love to hear back from you. Absolutely would love it. Give me 1 second. Okay, get my camera set up. All right. Call you Thursday. Got a business meeting Thursday. Let's see, today's the 1st. Wow. 1st already. Queen 7 of diamonds in the big blind. I mean, we can definitely defend this versus the cutoff, so we'll go ahead and do so. We flopped a flush draw. There's 2 aces on board. I think we can call a small bet. There's even a argument that we could raise. We could represent the ace. We are in the big blind. We could have a hand like ace 3 offsuit, ace 5 suited. Any ace really. A lot of fish would be playing all kinds of aces. I think I'm just going to put in a small raise here and see what happens. Represent the ace, maybe take it down with the queen high. If he has an ace, he might raise. I think here we're just going to continue to barrel. I'm going to bet 75% pot. And we might be able to get him off of a weaker hand like an 8. Yeah, there we go. Take it down with queen high. No sweat there. Boom. King Jack in the top left. We're going to go ahead and bump it up to 2.5 blinds. We flop second pair. It checks around to us. We're in the middle. We got a fish behind and a high V pip so far, but it's only over 6 hands. We're going to check. We have ace 8 in the cutoff. We're going to go ahead and raise it up. Ace pairs the board. This is actually great for us in our range because it takes away the fact that they could have an ace. And I think also the fact that this person didn't bet, he probably doesn't have an ace. So I think our hand is good here. We can start betting for value. I would say since there's 1 flush draw on board, and perhaps a straight draw like 2-3, 3-5, 2-5. We can bet on the medium side, so I bet 50% pot. Probably get folds, but we'll see what happens. Flush draws out there. Nope. Okay, we go ahead and take down the pot with second pair. Right. We got 2 viewers in the house. How you doing, viewers? Please leave a comment. Say something if you'd like. Love to hear from you. General 250, boom. So yeah, basically, yeah, we started this Discord server to just get better at poker together with a group of like-minded players, and it's been really an amazing experience just in general, getting people together. Now we have over 300 members. Here we got pocket kings in the top left. We're under the gun. We're going to raise it up. Pocket threes under the gun open. We're just going to go ahead and fold. The reason why we fold is because if we just call, then there's too many options behind that could raise, and then we're not going to really want to call a big raise. Out of position as well, especially against an under the gun raiser. If somebody raises, he could also 4-bet. So we're just going to let that go. Not the greatest flop, but it's not terrible. We are losing to Queen Jack. We are losing to all flushes. We can go ahead and check here. It's a monotone board. Pocket sevens in the cutoff. We're going to raise it up. And pocket queens. So all pocket pairs so far. In the under the gun position, we're going to raise it up. We get a half pot bet from a fish here. I think what we're going to do is just shove it all in if this guy doesn't call. We get flopped a second pair. This is just an open pot. We can just check and see. We are unblocking flush draws, so that's good. There could be a 9-10 straight, 5-6 straight draw. We get bet into full for 3/4 pot, a little like 80%. I think we can go ahead and peel here, and we're going to go all in on the top. Check on the bottom. 8-6, we're going to fold. 7-8, we're going to fold. He checks on the turn, so I think because the board paired on the 7, he might still have a king. So we're going to go ahead and just check this and go into check call mode. We might even fold if he bets big enough because we're not. Yeah, he's got a king, so we lose there. We have pocket aces. Okay, running a little hot here in the beginning. We have pocket aces in the small blind versus a 3-bet. We're going to go ahead and 4-bet. We're out of position, so we're going to typically want to go 2.7x. But because there's a player, 2 players that act behind, we're going to go a little bit bigger, and I'm going to make it about 28 big blinds here. And everybody folds. No problem. Turn my volume on my phone because my dad's coming to join later today. I want to make sure I can hear from him. Big, exciting stuff happening in the Discord channel. Please join the Discord if you have not. Queen deuce fold. Eight, 9 on the button. Even if it folds to us, we're just going to let it go. And there is a raise, so we just fold. We're going to max this out. So we're down. We're pretty much even right now. Ace king versus an open in the hijack. We're going to 3-bet this to, I think 8 is fine. Folding, folding. The cutoff, we could open with 7-5 suited, but it's mostly a fold in GTO. So I really probably don't want to be playing that. Interesting. Would have had a full house there. We flop top pair on a semi-wet board. We do have the ace of club blocker. This is a chance that if we wanted to, we could be checking. This guy's V-pipping pretty high. I think we can go ahead and check, and maybe we can start getting bluffs here on the turn. Wow, he bets the pot. He bets over pot. So I think this is a chance that we can just call and see if we get him to bluff all in on the river. We river 2 pair. If he has a flush, then so be it. Yeah, we got that one. Perfect. Nice little pot there. I think the check on the flop really instigated the fact that he went ahead and made some bluffs. And that's just one thing that we can exploit the player pool. You know, we don't necessarily play GTO all the way, especially at these stakes. We have a lot of terrible players that are just doing exactly what you just saw. So exploiting is definitely important. You want to make sure that you're trying to take advantage of every opportunity. Have a great feeling about today. I think it's going to go very well. I'm really excited about this. Yeah. looking to grind out 1,000 hands if possible. Queen deuce of diamonds from the button. Not really an open, but in GTO it is an open, and I think playing against this pool, we do have some regs. It looks like maybe some V-pips on the higher side. We can go ahead and raise it up here. It is good enough to go for a raise, so we're going to raise it and see if we get folds, or we can go to the street and see what happens. We get a 3-bet, we're just going to fold it out. Fold, 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 fold. I haven't charged my headphones, so if they die, I'm going to end up having to turn off my audio because it will give feedback. So I won't be able to hear anything, but I will be able to speak. And since the screen lights up yellow and red and stuff like that, I'll be able to know when my hand action is. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet with king 10 of spades on the button versus a hijack raise. We'll go ahead and make it 8 big blinds. I do my best, try not to look at Poker Tracker as much as I can, but I do like to know where I'm at. A lot of players, they really don't like looking at Poker Tracker. They say it's better for their game to not follow their statistics as they're playing. For me, I feel like it makes me play a little bit better. I can kind of see where I'm at. If I need to play tighter in certain situations, if I'm losing a lot or if I'm winning a lot, I can also just kind of see that and see which tables are going better for me, and I can go ahead and I don't know. For me, I think it's not a big deal. I don't mind looking at my Poker Tracker while I play. Some people differ and they like to not and recommend otherwise. It's kind of up to you. I think a lot of players kind of go on tilt when they see that they're losing a lot. It might be the case for me too. Maybe I'll do my best to not look at the Poker Tracker as I play. Go ahead and put some music for myself. You guys won't be able to hear it, but I can. Listen to some new music. Ace Jack of spades in the button, in the big blind, it does limp to us, so we're gonna isolate. Go a little bit bigger actually with the ISO. Flop is not that great for us, and we're playing against a fish. Typically, I like to just check in this position on a mono board when we don't hit anything. We do hit top pair on the turn. I think we can go ahead and start betting and bet small here. Get them to draw with the straight draws, flush draws. River does come a club. Might check back. He has a straight. No problem. Nothing we can do there. We could have bet on the flop and got him to fold, but We can overlimp here. 10-3 suited. I think it's fine. Do flop a flush draw. I think we can actually lead out here for small. It is a limp pot. I do like to try to build a pot when it is a limp pot and we have some equity. We hit top third pair actually. I think we could go ahead and continue, or we could actually mix in checks here. I don't mind mixing in checks, but the problem is we're gonna have to face a bet. But let's go ahead and check and see what happens. He bets half pot. We'll just go ahead and call. We missed the river. We'll just go ahead and check. We have some showdown value. It's likely he doesn't have a king, but we'll just go ahead and let this one go. Pocket kings in the top left. Pocket kings, we do face a raise. We're going to raise it up 3x. Zentha in the chat. What's up, Zentha? It's my boy right there, my main man. We get a fold, and we take down a nice little pot with pocket kings. Nothing big, but, you know, 4 big blinds, no big deal. We have queen 9 in the small blind. We'll go ahead and raise it up 3 big blinds. And ace 8 of diamonds, we're going to raise it up as well. Jack 8 here, we'll just go ahead and check if it limps around to us. We have a gut shot on the top left, and we have a flush draw on the right. It's blind versus blind. I like to bet small here. We do have equity. Backdoor straight draw, flush draw. Here, this board doesn't really favor our range. We do have a high VPIP here and a fold to flop c-bet 0 out of 0. So I think we'll just go ahead and check. We get raised here. There's a chance he could have some type of 3. He is in the big blind. I think here we can go ahead and start mixing in bets here. We'll go 75% pot. Try to take it down with ace high, and we're going to call it the flush draw. Check. If he bets small, we can call. If he bets big, I think we're just going to go ahead and let it go. Oh, he checks. Perfect. I think with the flush completing river, I wouldn't mind actually an overbet. I think we're going to overbet the pot here. We could go for value, but I think he's just going to check behind. So if he has a 3, he's going to call my overbet. If not, we're basically targeting a 3 there in this spot. Queen 9, it folds to us. We're going to raise it up. Queen 9, we raised it up on the top right. Let's see if we get any action here. Wouldn't mind just taking down the blinds. We get 3 bet, and we're just going to let it go. King deuce of clubs in the cutoff. In the cutoff with king deuce of clubs, it's not in our range. So we're just going to fold that. I think we'd be starting to play king 3 suited or better. King 9 versus a cutoff open in the big blind. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be letting it go. If it was King 10 or better, we'd be calling. We can go ahead and flat call here with pocket fives versus a hijack raise. Try to flop a set. Oh, and we do. Any ace 3 beats us and 3-6 as well. It was a small raise, only 2. We are blocking ace 5 suited, ace 5 of clubs for that matter. We're blocking any 5 club holding for the flush. Since he leads out and he's kind of looking like a fish here over 30 hands, his V-pipping pretty high. Let's see what his stats looks like. He's getting the showdown a lot. We're going to go ahead and raise it up here. I'm going to make it kind of on the larger side and go 14 big blinds. We're going to get called by all flush draws and probably any 3 as well as potentially a 6. Maybe 6-7 of clubs or something like that. We get called. Oh, not the best card in the deck for us. I think here we're going to just hope to pair the board. No, this is the worst run out, basically, we could possibly get. 1 big blind, yeah, we just have to call in. Oh, we're good. Very nice. That was the worst run out of all time. Bringing in both straights. But we got lucky there and he didn't have anything, so. Jack 9 would just fold. Folding 9-4, folding king deuce. King 9 in the hijack. It's just a little bit light for us. We probably would be betting King 10 or higher. We have King 10 of spades in the button. We're going to go ahead and raise it up here. We get 3-bet. We get 3-bet by the small blind. I think in this situation, their 3-betting range is somewhat polarized. It can be. We're going to have to just peel it off. There are some arguments that we could be raising, but I think against a reg, we're going to just call here. We flop a gut shot straight draw and a backdoor flush draw. We can call a small bet. He checks. I think we can go ahead and bet half pot, a little less than half pot. He calls. Ace comes on the river. I think this is when we just set up for a jam and hope for the best. Oh, he snap calls. He had fucking boat. Terrible, terrible play on my end. I mean, I don't know. It just... Tell me what you guys think. That was pretty rough there, losing a buy-in. These are the ones that are hard to bounce back from after doing that. And then just... he turns his set and he just checks. It's like... Or he... Yeah. Yeah, he checks. Okay, so we've got ace jack of spades. We're going all in here with just the rest of our chips. Went for a bluff. Bluffs lately have not been working out for me, unfortunately. Makes me feel like I need to stop bluffing, to be honest. But whatever. You can't just live off of one hand. You just got to keep going with what happens. I think when he snap calls my bet on the turn, we could consider just checking and folding on the river. We don't have to win every pot. And that's a prime example of like overplaying our hands and trying to get people off of hands. When he bets, small on the flop, and then, um, you know, it's just one of those situations where we should probably never be donking on the turn like I did. So, mistake on my part. Like I said, not a pro here, just doing my best to win 10K. I just feel like sometimes I get ahead and then here I go, just donking off chips. I'll do my best not to do that this time. Yesterday I did the same. I got frustrated and I was bluffing a lot. Was up 3.5 buy-ins and then ended up down to just one buy-in, which is still a win, but could do better. We're about even right now, which is fine. Jack 9 of diamonds in the small blind will just fold, and Queen Deuce will just fold. Ace 7 fold, 9-4 fold. Open-ended straight flush draw if we were to call there, but Ace 5 on the button, we'll go ahead and raise it up. Blind versus blind, folds us, we can raise with 8-9 off. Pocket kings here in the bottom right. Let's go ahead and see if we can get some stacks. This guy's probably going to just ship it. No, he doesn't. Fold. Don't tell me it's going to fold all the way around. Big blind calls. Could be that he has deuces, 5s, and 6s in the big blind. We bet on the... I think we can actually go for a check here. Let's go for a check. Turn to set. It checks. I think we're going to just bet really small here. See if we can get some type of action. We're going to 3-bet here with... 3-bet here with Ace King. Pocket deuces will just call the button raise. We miss. Would have flopped a straight here. Fold Queen 5. Deuces. I think we're just going to check it down, see if we can get to river. We have some showdown value, but not much. I mean, he's likely got something on this board. No, we win. Nice. Little pop. Ace Queen off in the small blind. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet that. We're going to make it a little bit on the larger side. Go 4x. We get folds. No problem there. Bear with me just 1 second. I'm going to grab myself a drink after I play this pocket queen's hand. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet it to 3x, the open. We get called by the cutoff. It looks like they're disconnected on the button. See if they get connected back and what they do. Okay, they're reconnected. Let's see if we get some more action here. Hopefully the board can come a little low unless somebody flops a set. It won't be that great. Here in the cutoff, his range is somewhat capped. I could put him on some type of suited Broadway hands that didn't want to 4-bet. Any pocket pair from like, you know, maybe 7s, 8s, 9s, even 10s. But I think jacks might put a 4-bet in. Jacks might be calling there. We flop top set. We've got the nuts. This is a multi-way pot. We could be doing a lot of checking here. The board is so dry. I think betting small is the way to go. Or checking. Let's go ahead and check and see if we can get some bluffs put through. I don't think anybody's playing a 3-bet pot with 4-6, so I'm not really worried about a straight. But there is a flush draw out there. We are blocking the queen of spades flush draw. I think we're going to go ahead and raise it up here to 30. He could have a flush draw or a straight draw of some type. And he folds. I'll be right back. Not the best run out with a 4. Could be a straight. I'm gonna go ahead and get my caffeine intake in. Red Bull, sugar-free. Take 1 caffeine pill. That's all I got left. 1 caffeine pill. I live off caffeine. Absolutely love it. And I'm gonna drink 2 Red Bulls. So here we go. Yeah, man. What's up, Maxie? How you doing, my man? Yeah, absolutely loving the Discord. I mean, the YouTube streaming idea. Thanks for hopping in. Yeah, I think the thought process is important out loud, and what I've noticed actually, while I'm playing and thinking out loud, it actually helps me play better. And I encourage anybody who's playing themselves, even though they're not streaming or anything, to actually just think out loud and talk about what's going on, because a lot of times when you're talking out loud, it'll force you to think more. So typically when you're just playing a hand, you kind of just go through the hand and you're not really thinking much about what's going on. You might be thinking a little bit, but when you talk about the hand, it really helps you analyze a little bit better the situation that you're in. It's just been in my experience, and I've been told that before by a lot of pros, that they would just, before, even if they're playing by themselves, they would just talk about the hand out loud. And I think it's a good way to kind of help improve your game. I'm always trying to improve. As you can see, I'm only playing 25 NL right now. I've shot taken 50 NL a few times and it hasn't gone that great, so I've had to move down back to 25 off and on, but I've gotten good enough to the point where I think the next shot take should be pretty good. That's why I decided to do this 10K challenge, because I've been studying really hard, working on my game, and in general. What's up? Yeah, I noticed the same, that I make much better decisions when I take my time instead of committing to a decision. Yeah, exactly. Definitely it helps you take your time, because when you're thinking out loud as well, you're taking time to think about what's going on and analyzing the situation. So Really glad that you like it. If you haven't, join the Discord channel, man. We talk about poker all the time. That's what we do at Micro Six Poker University. We are an educational platform. We go over hand analysis, hand history reviews. We offer free coaching. We're doing a coaching raffle. We'd love to see you in the Discord. It would be great to have you. We have over 300 members that are all like-minded. It's not like a Discord server with a bunch of just people just talking nonsense. We actually filter out and ban people who are not serious about the game. So, or we kick them, not ban them, but we try to keep the server in good shape as far as like quality content. Jack 6 of spades here versus under the gun raise. We do get valued in here because it's only 1.48 big blinds to call for like what 6.5. I don't know. I mean, typically in GTO this wouldn't be a call, but I think we're gonna go ahead and just squeeze this one out. Nothing great for us. I just go ahead and check, and we'll probably let it go if it's bet. Not really the best call pre-flop, but since this guy called, it kind of valued me in. Fold. King 9 of spades in the small blind versus a small under the gun raise by a fish. And the way I analyze this by a fish is because they're playing on a short stack and he's got a high VPIP. It's only over 6 hands, but if he's playing on a short stack, most likely he's a fish. However, I'm just going to let it go. We have ace 4 of spade, hearts. Here we're going to isolate if this guy doesn't raise. And we can even 3-bet it here, actually. So, yeah, we're going to ISO raise. I'm going to make it 7 big blinds to go. And typically when you isolate raise, no matter what, we're going to want to c-bet on the flop. That's just kind of what the standard, if you ISO, you want to be c-betting. Ace 6 of diamonds on the bottom right. We're going to go ahead and raise it up. It folds to us. Excuse me. This is the problem of playing short stack is like if we bet, they could easily just jam it in over the top with anything that we don't beat. So we'll just check it. Now there's a chance that we have the best hand still. We could have already, but I think betting here, just half pot is fine. We might get called by something weaker. Fold. We're going to fold this. Ace 10 in the big blind on the bottom left. This is the thing. Okay, so when somebody raises on late position, we're in the big blind and there's a limper behind. Ace 10 is not really the strongest hand. You don't want to be calling this hand with a player to act left behind because they easily could raise. He's VPing high, so he's going to be in the hand. But the problem is he's 3-betting. He's not 3-betting that much, so we can actually call. If he's 3-betting a lot more, then we would want to be folding there. But I think calling is fine versus a low 3-bet range. But typically with ace 10 offsuit, you don't want to be calling when there's a player left to act behind. But we're playing exploit here. It checked through. I think we can go ahead and start betting here. It's a multi-flush board. We can bet bigger, half pot. There could be straight draws out. Jack 8 would be a straight. 4-6 comes in. 6-8 comes in. Oh, 6-8 was already there, but I think we can go for a blocker size bet here. Yeah, I get called by less, which is great. Perfect. Queen 10 of clubs under the gun. We're playing 4 ways here, so we're in the cutoff actually. And let's see what happens here. Jack 10, we'll just fold that. We flop second pair. Here we have pocket threes, early position. We're just going to let it go. He checks us. I think this is a good hand to just check back. See if he checks again. Then we can go ahead and bet small. The reason why we want to bet small is because we can get flush draws to call, but we're not going to get anything else to call as much. So maybe small pocket pairs will peel off a river card just to because it's cheap. And there are flush draw out there as well. We can get them to call. Folding the king 4 off. We have king queen of offsuit. We're going to be doing some 3-betting here. We're going to go try to make it 7.5. We get called by the fish here. This is definitely a fish. He's V-pipping super high. He's playing over 47 hands. He folds the flop C-bets more than half the time. This is actually a good board to bet here because it's so dry. Most likely we're not going to call. Yeah, we'd go ahead and take down that pot. Okay, so in this position, in the big blind, now 7-8 suited does play great multi-way. The problem is, again, we got a player left to act behind. We can call. I don't have any stats on this guy, so I don't really know. But let's just hope that he calls behind and we don't get raised. Yeah, he folds. So we flop an open ender with the backdoor straight draw. This is a hand that we could definitely be raising if he bets. We don't have to go too big. We could make it about 3x, maybe 4x out of position. Hope to hit a club, or even like a 5 of clubs would be great, or a 10 of clubs. So he bets half pot. So in these types of situations, when they're betting half pot or more, they tend to fold less to raises. So when we raise, we do have to expect the fact that he's probably going to call. When they bet smaller and we raise, they fold a lot more often. But I don't necessarily mind a call, but I would prefer a fold. It doesn't matter. Either way is fine. But the bigger they bet, typically, the more they are calling a raise, right? So here we're going to just apply maximum pressure, and we're going to bet 30 big blinds here. If he shoves, we'll be in a nasty spot, but we're going to have to call it off. We're open-ended with the flush draw. No good. What does he have that he's calling me with? I think we just go 3 streets and bomb it. Hoping for a fold. Really hoping for a fold. Fold, fold, fold. My heart is pumping right now. My heart is pumping right now. Oh, he puts in the call with a 9. Jesus Christ. How does he call that with a 9? I knew that he was weak. Wow, what a fish. So annoying, bro. Wow. What a fucking fish. Alright, whatever. Ace, king of diamonds in the small blind. We're going to raise it up. Man, that pisses me off. How do we get him to... How does he fucking call that? That's outrageous. Jesus Christ. He has third pair on a check raise pot. Fucking guy, bro. Ah, yeah. What the fuck? That's so annoying, bro. I'm so tilted. Alright. On to the next. Ace jack of clubs in the button. Yeah, I mean, I get it, AV. But at 25 and now, people shouldn't be that bad to the point where they're calling that situation. I just don't understand how he can call that. That's just ridiculous. Jesus Christ. That's tilting. Yeah, and I could say probably in a 100 NL game, they're probably just folding that on the river for sure. I think we're just going to bet small here. Oh, man. Where am I at now? Down $10? $9. Yeah, well, I tagged him as a fish. It was definitely a good play, man. I just, that should have won it, but oh well. On to the next one. We take our stabs, we do our best, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We get called off by a 9. Wow. Thanks, man. I appreciate the it makes me feel good that you at least said it's a good play. Because I felt like it was pretty solid. I mean, I could easily have 2 pairs, sets, straights. I mean, we're going to raise it up here. We're going to go... Yeah, maximum pressure, exactly. I applied max pressure. I mean, how much more could I get? I mean, geez Louise. So we have a cutoff raise. We have a 3-bet from the small blind. And then we're in the big blind with king, queen suited. I think here we could probably raise to, I would say like 25 big blinds or so. We're going to 4-bet it. If we get jammed down, we just fold it, but I think he folds. Take down a decent little pot. I want to cry. I just want to cry. I want to cry. All good. We'll get the next one. Ace, queen of spades. We're on the button. We're actually big stack at this table. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet it here. We're going to just make it 3x. So we're going to go 7.5. And we'll see what kind of action we get here. Raise. 7-5 of diamonds. We're going to fold out. We're in the cutoff here with jack 8 of hearts. We can go ahead and do that. The small blind raises to 21, and it's on me. With ace queen suited, a lot of people would think you'd be 4-betting this or 5-betting it, but we're just going to be calling. If it was a hand like If it was a hand like ace queen off, we might be 4-betting more often, 5-betting more often, but we're just going to call. We flop second pair. There's a chance he has hands like tens, jacks. He could have kings or ace king, but I don't see us folding for a quarter pot, so we're going to call. Now we have the backdoor that's coming in for the straight draw. We could hit an ace, a queen, or a jack. He goes all in. We just can't call. We're just going to have to fold it. Pocket queens on the bottom right. We're going to go ahead and 3-bet it to 8 big blinds. Yeah, we just have to fold here. There's no calling. We can't call. Don't show a jack. There we go. This guy goes all in. We're obviously calling. He has ace 10. No ace. No ace. There we go. Nice. Nice little pot coming our way. Makes up for the fucking at least half of this donkey ass. Queen 10 of spades in the hijack. Let's see what happens here. We're going to go ahead and raise it up. It folds to us. Would be nice to see this flop. Well, without the queen, obviously. I'm shuffling with my chips. You could probably hear them. I hate it when people get disconnected and we have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. Folding 10-4. This is just absolutely terrible. This is a fold. 10-8 hearts. We're in the cutoff. We can raise it. It's 4-handed, so definitely a fine open from this position. I'm going to try not to look at my poker tracker because I think mentally it's supposed to be better for you. I'm really trying, so we'll see. If you guys see any way I play a hand you think it'd be played better, just type it in the chat. I'd love to hear your feedback. I do consider myself a fairly decent player. I've been playing for a long time, and online is new to me. So as far as like online play and stuff, this is all kind of something is new to me. So I've been playing online since February. Started at 10 and now, moved up to 25, and I've been kind of stuck at 25. I've shot taken a few times at 50, and then I lost. I had to go back down to 25, but we'll get back up there. All right, king queen offsuit on the button. We're gonna raise it up. We don't have any stats on this guy. King 10 offsuit. Hold on just a second. King 10 offsuit in the big blind. We could argue for a raise. I think maybe just calling is a better play here. Really don't have much on this board. We have ace queen offsuit in the big blind here. We're gonna 3-bet that if it comes to the fact that small blind raises. And he folds. No big deal. Take down the blinds. Queen 5 of diamonds, 4 ways. We're going to go ahead and raise this up. 10-8 of spades. Goes limp around. So we have two options. We could over limp here, or we could actually put in a raise. I think over limping is fine. Let's see if we get a limp and a call. Limp and a check. We flop trips here on the bottom left. I think we can go ahead and check. Spade comes in. He might have some type of spade draw. We could definitely see if he bets into us, and then we can raise it. I think raising is fine. Just to get him to call, get a little more value out of any spade. Now, if he re-raises me, we might be in trouble. Oh, we've got quads. If he has an 8, maybe I can just go for stacks. Nah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a bad play to go for stacks with quads there? Maybe he has a pocket pair, or he has an 8 for a full house. I don't know. It's always hard for me to play quads. I'm not quite sure. We're even right now, which is great, given the fact that we've taken some beats. 7-4 of diamonds on the button, 3 ways. I think this is going to be a raise here since we're short-handed. Check. We get 3-bet, we'll just fold. King Jack offsuit in the cutoff. How many hands do we play at 230? So we're almost a quarter of the way through the 1,000 hands for the day. We're going to raise it up 2.5. This is a super dry board, but the problem is we're playing against a fish, so in this circumstance, we're probably going to just have to call check. We do have the jack blocker to the flush, so we're kind of unblocking flushes. We're kind of blocking some flushes here. I think it's the perfect board to check on. Now we have a flush draw. If he bets, we might be able to peel off a small bet, like 1 or 2 big blinds. Even more. We do have the flush draw and 2 overs, so we can also bet as well if it's checked to us. We're folding this one, top left, obviously. He bets somewhat large. I don't mind a call here. We miss, so we're just going to let it go. I'm not going to try to bluff this guy. I already learned my lesson the hard way. Top left, we have king, queen offsuit. We're going to go ahead and raise that up. And he bets, and we're just going to fold in the bottom right. Seven deuce, fold. Take down the blinds, no big deal. Ace-7 off, we're going to fold. Let's organize our HUD if it's not organized already. We have a new table here, looks like, so we're going to organize these stats. Player 5, that's fine. Player 3, that's fine. 2 and 1, yep, we're good. We are deep here, 200 blinds. We're deep with this guy in seat 4. Oh, we have pocket 8s. I'm not paying attention. Raise. Top right, raise with an 8. That'd be nice to get this flop over here. Can we flop a set or an overpair? Jack 9, it's just a fold. See what he's thinking about. I wonder what he's going to do here. Over 49 hands, he 3-bets pretty high percentage. Fold to 4-bet pre-flop 0 out of 6. So it doesn't have... So we're going to just call here and see what happens on the flop. Not a great flop for us at all. We're just going to have to fold to any bet pretty much. We are unblocking the flushes. However, I mean, there's just 2 overs. We got to just let that go and move on to the next. King Queen off with an under the gun raise and a caller. We can go ahead and raise it up and go on the larger side. I would say about 10 big blinds. We could go 8. We'd go a little smaller, but 10 is fine as well. We are a little deep with this guy, so. If we get 3-bet, we're just gonna have to let it. 4-bet, we're just gonna have to let it go. But oh, we get pocket 8s again, back to back. It looks like. Oh, he 4-bets. Yeah, we just gotta let it go, unfortunately. Pocket 8s is like the bottom of our calling range from the small blind versus an open. Hijack opens, and when we're in the small blind, we want to be playing 9s plus. We could be playing 8s plus as well at a small frequency. At about 40% we're calling here. We're going to raise an ISO here with King 10. Here we're just going to call with pocket 8s. We get 3-bet. It's a pretty big sizing. He doesn't 3-bet often. I mean, we're only playing 12 hands with him. He's 3-bet 0 out of 6 opportunities. I think it's strong enough to go ahead and call, so let's peel a flop. We flop an over, so if he bets, I think we're going to just call, because if we raise, he's going to be basically... I should have c-bet here, actually. If I 3-bet, if I raise here, we're only getting called by hands that beat us. So I think, what about small King 10? We're just going to call here. So we got a full house now. We're just going to check. Queen Jack, we're going to raise it up. Worst card in the deck for us. I think I want to go for a blocker size bet here. We'll go ahead and check and see what happens. This is the problem now with not donking on the turn. We could have, that could be a perfect donk here. Actually, because we could get folds. We can over limp here. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to fold. I mean, this is a perfect river for him. He could easily have some type of ace X holding. Just gonna have to do. We're gonna have to just fold here. Board's kind of wet on the bottom right. We can go ahead and bet it for a decent sizing. We're just gonna have to fold here. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. Do you think most people, including the regs, actually study hands after their sessions? Bovada is nice since you can see the whole cards the next day. I think personally, here we can peel one card. We can hit another 9 or a king. Now we have a gut shot. What do I think about that? I think that most players do not study their hands afterwards, but I do myself. I go through all my hands. After my sessions, I review all hands that I played that are 10 big blinds or better. And I actually review them in Poker Tracker. Because I have a hand catcher in Poker Tracker, it doesn't allow me to see the whole cards unless I go into... So like say I'm interested in a hand that I played and I want to see what happened. I can go into poker tracker. I mean, into ignition or Bovada, and I can see the hands that they've had. But I have to wait 24 hours, of course. Here we flop a gut shot. We can c-bet this for 1/3. And we have a gut shot here with a backdoor flush draw, and we have a straight draw. So we're actually double gutted here with a king or a 9. Here we'll check, hope for a 10, and we don't get it. Here we're going to go ahead and see. We're going to bet. We're going to apply some pressure here. Not too much, just bet 1/3 sizing. Fold to the top right, yep, and we go ahead and take down the pot there. Yeah, like Zemta said, I do also try to find leaks and check out my hands as well. I don't think, personally, I don't think most players check unless they're very serious about their game. And at these stakes, I really don't think that players are that serious about their game, in my opinion. I could be wrong. The games are getting tougher and people are actually getting more serious about the game, so I would expect at least at some frequency people are doing so, but not terribly, not so much. Nice. What platform do you play on, AV? Playing the MTT soon? You play on ACR, you play Ignition, Bovada, what do you play on? Poker Bros. I've heard of Poker Bros. I think it's like a club game, right? Where you play in certain clubs. My dad's texting me. Check. We're on blocking flushes. We have bottom pair. If it checks us, we're just going to check. And if bets, we're folding. Cool, man. Yeah, Poker Bros. So you play on your phone then, I guess, huh? Or do you play like on an emulator on your computer, or? We got Pocket Kings. Cool. Pocket Kings. And the button, we're facing a hijack raise. So we're going to go ahead and 3-bet it to 3x. See if we can play for stacks here. If he raises, I'm just going to jam it. Yeah, he raises. Let's hope we're not up against aces. I'm going to tank a little bit, and then I'm going to shove. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Does he snap it off? Or does he fold? He folds. Ace 10, we are raising it up. Pocket 10s, we will be doing some raising as well. Yep, Cowboys. We're raising with pocket 10s. Ace King. Okay, this table's starting to look good for us. Let's raise it up. Ace King under the gun. If this guy jams, we're just gonna have to call it off. Flopped ace 3-7. I think here we can go ahead and c-bet with our medium strength hands against a fish. If he checks us, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and c-bet. Let's see. So when the hijack raises, he's got a pretty polarized range here, or linear, I'm sorry. With ace king off, we're going to be doing a lot of raising here, so I think we're going to make it let's go 18 here. And we got ace king also in the top, so we're going to make it 10 big blinds out of position. I really don't want to get it in for stacks here, but if I have to, I will. See, this is a rough spot, so he raises all in. We're just going to have to call it off and hope for the best. Oh, it's a chop. Nice. Cool. No sweat there. Queen 3 of clubs, bottom of our range. We can go ahead and raise it up. Obviously, we're not calling a jam here. That's just ridiculous. We're going to 3-bet here, make it 3x with ace queen off. And we're going to just fold here with the 5-3, obviously, to a 3-bet. If this guy goes big here, I think we're probably, if he 4-bets, we'll probably peel since we're in position. He folds though. Jack 6, we're just going to fold that from the button of small blind. Even if it folds to us, just really not strong enough to be raising here. I'd rather just let it go and try to get it in a better spot. Jack 6 off is just not in our range here. Jack 9 of diamonds definitely strong enough for us to raise, so we're gonna bump it up in the hijack. Terrible flop for us with the Jack 9. This is just like the worst flop multi-way. We're just gonna have to check it. Nothing we can do here but just check fold. Straight on board for an ace to a 6, so really nothing great for us. Easily someone could have an ace, some ace rag, even, you know, anything. So we're just gonna check it and get out of the hand. This is the type of situation, like if it checks around to us, again, we could bet as a bluff, but I really don't like it. I think anybody could have a 4. Sorry, I'm getting a text. We're just gonna check and lose. Pocket fives. It's the bottom of our range for opening in the hijack. We're gonna raise there. My backer is texting me. He's so fucking annoying, bro. Honestly, I don't. I don't bet he's not backing me anymore live. He used to back me for 3 years, but he's an asshole. He's like, I talked about this in the previous stream. Being backed is very important that you have somebody that you can really appreciate their knowledge and their. Here we're gonna go ahead and call. We're valued in with queen five suited. We missed the flop. It's fine. God. Hold on, I got King 10 in position. We do call the raise from the small blind. We really don't have much here. Queen Jack, this could be a 3-bet and the button, but we are going to probably just let it go here. It's not really strong enough to 3-bet and then face a raise, so we'll just let it go. Ace-6 of clubs, we're going to ISO here with 4 big blinds. We have Queen 10 of hearts in the cutoff. I think we can go ahead and raise it up here, 2.5x. And then we have ace queen here in the small blind versus 2 limpers. So we're going to ISO raise to 6.5 since we're out of position. Facing a 3-bet with ace-6, I mean, this is kind of a smaller size. I don't know. I don't really like calling this. I think we have better. If it was like ace-9, we could call or even raise, or ace-5 suited, but I think we're just going to let this one go. We flop top pair with the backdoor flush draw, and over to the left, we miss. We're just going to fold the queen 4. We're going to continuation bet for small sizing. We do have the backdoor flush draw. We get raised. Really not the best thing to see because he could have all the pocket 4s, pocket 9s. He could have queen 9 as well. I mean, what is he raising with? I don't know. We're just going to peel a turn, see if a heart comes off. Yeah, that's not the best card for us. He checks. He could have just been raising to test us and see where we're at. So we're just going to... Yeah, I think that he checked with the 9 to try to trap me into betting. And in this position here, in this situation, we're just going to have to let top pair go. He overbets the pot. I don't think he's bluffing, so we're just going to fold. We have pocket jacks in the under the gun position. We're definitely raising it up here. Queen 10 in the cutoff. Not bad. We can go ahead and raise. We get a call from the small blind, who is kind of on the fishy side. 36, 4 over 29 hands. Fold the queen 10 to a 3-bet. We can c-bet here, 33%. A medium pocket pair. Medium showdown value, I mean. Raising queen jack, folding. We're going to check. He bets pot. That's interesting to me. Interesting. He's won 3 out of 29 hands of showdown. I'm going to call him. He has 2 pair. That's when the stats can kind of get you, I think. When he gets down to the river so many times. that it makes me want to call because I see that he's losing a lot in the showdown. So for me, I don't know. I felt like maybe I was good there, but I was completely wrong. What HUD do you use, and are they easy to set up? So the HUDs that I use are on Poker Tracker, and actually I can take a quick second out, and I'll go ahead and show you what I use. So for Poker Tracker, this is the hand analysis. Basically, it tracks. So it tracks all my sessions. So like right now, it shows every hand that I've played. So down in the bottom left, I played 323 hands. I'm down $20 right now. So when it comes to HUDs, you just go to the HUD profile, and it's very easy to set up. All you do is you just go to your HUD profile. I'm on default, and you can literally put in whatever stats you want. So like for example, you would just push the plus button, add statistic, and then it has everything that you could want. You could put in like call, and then it'll bring up like call 3-bets. You can put in like raise, and it says raise flop c-bet, all these stats. So all the stats that I have, you know, you can put in whatever you want. You just click apply, and that's it. Pretty easy. We're gonna go ahead and get back in the game here. So I use Poker Tracker 4. I think it's the best thing for your money. I think I paid like $99 for it, and it was worth every penny. It's not like a monthly subscription or anything. So it tracks all your hands, and you can find all of your leaks. Yeah, absolutely. No problem, AV. Pleasure. If you have any other questions, just let me know. And if you decide that you want to use Poker Tracker or have it and don't know how to use it, I'm more than happy to help you. We're going to need a couple big hands here. I wish I didn't call off that pocket jacks, but his stats told me otherwise. I thought maybe he'd be bluffing there, but I was wrong. So when we're facing a raise from the small blind with a marginal hand like Jack 6 suited, we could go polar. We could raise, polarize. We could just call here as most preferred. We're just gonna fold. But like I was gonna touch on the staking. So I had a backer who was backing me for live 1-3, unlimited bankroll, but the problem was that he wanted to sit at the table with me, and he always wanted to see my hands, so he would make me table my hands a lot of times. Say I called a river bet, and I folded. I was no good. I had to muck. He would like yell at me at the table and make me show down my hand. Like, what the fuck are you calling with? And he started getting really aggressive towards the end. Like the first year or two was fine. I was doing okay. I won like $3,000 the first year, $20,000 the second year, and the year before in 2021, I was running kind of bad, and every time we went to makeup, like maybe 1,500, or makeup is when you're losing and you have to make up the losses before you can take profits again. So what would happen was I'd get into makeup, like say 1,000 or 1,500, and then he would make me pay out of my own pocket if I lost a big hand. Say I lost like a $250 pot, and I played it badly, or I made a mistake, or I called that I shouldn't have, and he sees it. He would make me give him money out of my pocket as like a lesson to like not make those mistakes. And that's just not how staking is supposed to be. You're never supposed to, if you ever end up in a staking situation, you never want to be with somebody that's basically making you pay to be able to play again. Those types of situations I highly recommend you stay away from. Even though this is a small 3-bet, it's a fish. I don't know. I think we're better off just, alright, let's call one time. We flop a gut shot. We have an overcard to the board. He bets half pot. We're just going to fold. Queen five of clubs and the button, we're going to raise it up. That's perfectly fine. Nothing really happening here for us, and it's not that great of board texture for our hand, so we're just going to check. If he donks, we're going to fold. Check, check. No, we have a double. No, we have just a gut shot. Problem is, one of our cards that comes, the six of diamonds, uh, not really that great for us. So if he bets, we're just going to fold it. If he checks, we can go ahead and bet, since we do have some equity. But yeah, we're just going to fold this out here. Yeah. Ace four of hearts, definitely good for a raise. If we get a bet here, we might be able to three bet it, but I prefer just to. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and three bet here to 7.5 big blinds, 7.6 or whatnot. This hand plays well, especially in position. We could flop a wheel, we could flop a flush. We're not necessarily looking for an ace in particular, but if we comes like ace four or something like that, then that's better for us. However, we don't want to see necessarily an ace. I'd much prefer a flush or a wheel. Ace three offsuit is trash. Okay, we're playing against the Fishers, so we can actually exploit, because MDA says we've done some mass data analysis on the player pool in general, and if it checks through on the flop, whether we're in position or out of position against the fish, we can bet 75 on the turn and bet 75 on the river, and they overfold a lot. It's just something to think about. Jack five suited in the cutoff, even though it's a small raise, it's really not that great. We don't want to be calling from the small blind in that type of formation. We have king nine of hearts in the cutoff. We're going to go ahead and raise it up 2.5. Nine five. Obviously, we're just folding here. All right, so king three of spades under the gun. We would be raising with king five of spades, but not king three of spades. It's too low on there. King 10 offsuit under the gun. It's raising at like 30% frequency. We can also be folding here. A lot of new players here. I think we're just going to fold that out. I like to play these hands when I have like domination. We do have like some fish here, it looks like, so we could be playing that hand, but problem is if we raise an early position with king 10 and we get 3-bet, we're just going to have to fold. A lot of times that happens, so I prefer a hand like king 10 suited or king jack perhaps. And we missed the flop anyways, so no big deal. Fold the jack deuce in the small blind. It's just not strong enough. 5-3 fold on the button. Check the 9-6. It does limp. We flop top second pair. It is a limp pot. I wouldn't mind just like leading out small here. One big blind is fine. Might get a fold, which wouldn't be the worst. But this is kind of a value bet at this point. If he raises, then we might. We're just gonna fold. Yeah, so we'll fold that. Queen 9 on the button, we're going to raise, and ace king in the cutoff. Let's see what happens. The action comes to us. Jack 9 in the cutoff will fold. This is a fold. And the jack 5. Ace king, we're going to raise it up 2.5x. Here we can overlimp with jack 9 in the small blind. We flop 2 overs. That's really not that great. Now we have a. Oh, we have nothing. We still have nothing. Check. We got second pair. We might be able to bet for some thin value. I bet one big blind. And we get folds. No big deal. Down about a buy-in, but we'll make it back. Kind of on a downswing here past couple days, past week or so. Haven't really put together a string of wins lately. Folding the queen 10 to a raise. King 5 on the button. We're just gonna let that go. Queen 3 in the big blind. Obviously, we'll just check. If it gets raised, then we're just gonna fold. I don't like to click the check fold button because what happens is if somebody sees that you snap check, then they know that you're probably weak and they'll attack that. So that's an exploit you want to be looking out for when you're playing. You don't want to push the check fold button because, like I said, people can pick up on the fact that you're just snap checking and use that to their advantage. And yep, we're gonna go ahead and fold. Yeah, 10K Bankroll challenge with your boy Danks. Starting off at 1,000, trying to hit 10K. We're gonna try to move up through the ranks to 25 NL, up through 50 to 100 to 200. We'll see how it goes. Definitely doing our best here, putting in the study time, putting in the work. We have King 9 in the small blind. We're gonna raise. He three bets at a low percentage of frequency, and he folds to a flop C bet 0 out of 2 times. We're gonna C bet small here. Blind versus blind, we can C bet small, and we get raised. Yeah, that sucks, but we just have to let it go. Blind versus blind, typically when you raise pre-flop, you're gonna be wanting to C bet almost all the time. We do have the king of hearts, so we are blocking the flush draw, so I don't know what he could be raising with. Maybe a hand like 5-6 or ace-6, ace-5. We'll just fold it. We have queen 10 of hearts on the button. We're going to raise that up. And we have pocket kings 3 ways. Raise it up here and see if we can get some stacks. Can we get a stack? This is a super dry board. Queen 10 of hearts facing a 3 bet. It's kind of on the larger side, but we'll call. We flop top pair with a gut shot. Actually pretty decent cards. Here, I want to bet small. And he folds, so it's fine. We can be losing here, so we could be losing to Thanks, man. Nice meeting you, Maxi. Please hop in anytime when I'm streaming. Love to see you again. He bets 7 big blinds. We're going to call. Maybe we'll hit a 9. I think we're going to have to call again. If he has king queen or ace queen, we're dominated. If he has queen jack, we're dominated. He checks. So at this point, we don't really need that much protection. We're only losing if an ace or a king comes, then we have something to worry about. I think we can just check back this turn and call a bet on the river if it comes to that. He might have been checking a queen, worried that we have some type of 8 holding, so there is that. I just kind of get worried about this bet. I mean, if we bet on the turn, we could actually take control of the pot and he could check the river. A7 offsuit, we're going to raise 3 ways. I don't know what he's thinking about. It might be tanking on purpose to try to get me to think he's thinking about something, but has a big hand. Okay. Here, we're just going to go ahead and check. We hit 2 pair. I think we're going to go for thin value here. 33%. He might have a jack or pocket 9s, pocket 10s, something like that. He did 3 bet pre-flop. The only problem with not checking behind here is he could raise and then we can put in a nasty spot. But we take down the pot. We're going to bet here, just small, try to get some value. Pocket deuces in the cutoff. I think it's fine to limp here. We do have a limper in front of us. If we get raised, depending on the action and what happens, we can go ahead and just king deuce suited. We're gonna call. We flop top pair with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw. He makes it 6 big blinds. I think we're just gonna have to fold it here. I don't really want to call, especially this one. Yeah. We'll call a small bet here. So we have a gut shot straight draw to the 3, and we have top pair. I think we can call one more time. And we'll check, and hopefully it checks back on the river. Yeah, we're good there. Very nice. Ace-5 suited versus an button raise. We're going to 3 bet it here. Out of position, we'll go 4x versus a raise to 3 big blinds. There we go. Take down a nice little pot. I'm always a fan of taking down any pot pre-flop. It's better than losing later. I am going to make myself a breakfast smoothie. So give me about 5 minutes or so and I will be right back after this hand. Let's wait till this hand, see what happens here. He raises. We can go ahead and just flat call it the king 10. We missed the flop. He bets, and we're just going to sit out. I'm going to make myself something for breakfast real quick, just a smoothie. I'll be right back. with my smoothie. Got my big smoothie here. Love me a breakfast smoothie in the morning. I put bananas, honey, peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter, keto granola with berries and seeds, some milk, and put 4 bananas. I love bananas. I am back. 10K Bankroll Challenge. We're down almost $20. I'm also doing a 100-pound weight loss challenge as well, so lots of challenges going on right now for me as I need to lose weight. Queen 7 in the small blind. We're going to go ahead and fold that. Just not that great. We can call the pocket sixes in the big blind. Maybe we'll flop a set. Barely we missed by 1. We have 4th pair on this board. I mean, a lot of players would say call 1 street, but I think it's just bleeding chips, so we're just going to fold. Ace King in the small blind. We're going to 3-bet this to 10 big blinds. Eight, 6 folding here. Ace 4 under the gun suited. We can raise. We get 3-bet here. We can go ahead and just call. Not the greatest flop for us, so we're just going to check. King 6 of diamonds under the gun. We'll go ahead and raise it up. If we get 3-bet, we can just fold. Here, we're just going to go ahead and check down. We have an ace high showdown value. If he bets, we can just fold. No big deal. 7-8 on the button. To open, we just fold. It's not strong enough. Button raise and a call. We could raise this at half frequency and we can just call. I think we're just going to take the lower variance route. We do have a pair with the flush draw. I think we can bet small here. Maybe to go check, check. Yeah, I think we should be good here. It limps around to us. I think we're going to isolate here. He might jam. That's the only problem. ISO raising against a small stack. 6-9 suited. We can go ahead and raise from the small blind into the big blind. We flop second pair. We can bet small here. Turn, we're going to be checking. Hopefully it checks through on the turn. He bets half pot. Interesting. I think we're just going to call. And we're going to check the river. Hopefully it checks through. He shoves. We're just going to fold it. We flop top pair on, not the driest board, but not the wettest either. Bet small. Alright, see you later, babe. Yeah. Hopefully he just jams it and we can get it in. No, he folds. We haven't been getting any action. It's terrible. A7 of spades under the gun. Since it's suited, we'll go ahead and raise it. But if it was offsuit, we would not be raising. King and 6-7. We're just gonna fold here versus an under the gun open. We're in between two players, and the flop is terrible for us, so we're just going to check. In the small blind versus a hijack open, There's options that we could do here with Jack 10 suited. I think we do a lot of raising here. I don't think calling really makes a lot of sense. Or we could just be folding. He's V-pipping pretty high and he's 3-betting pretty high. So since he's pretty aggressive, I think we might be able to take the calling route. So let's just call. I don't usually call from the small blind, but this situation calls for it. No pun intended. We'll check out of position. We flop second pair with the backdoor straight draw. Now that a king pairs the board and nobody bet, I think that we're actually ahead here. But I'm going to just check and try to either check call or see a river card and bet for value on the river. I don't think he'd be betting, checking the flop with the king, so I'm going to call. Now we have 2 pair, but it doesn't matter because the king trumps. So if he has a jack, it would be kings and jacks with the 10. I think we bet small here, like a blocker size bet. And we get a fold. Great. We take down a nice little pot. You know, this board has run out to a point where we could bet, actually. I'm going to bet as a bluff here, 75% pot. Usually when it checks around all 3 times, we could steal it on the river. And it works. Babe. Ace Jack suited versus a limp from the number 3. Looks like we're going to be putting in a raise. We're going to 3-bet this here. We're going to make it 10 big blinds since we have 1 limper in. Pocket kings and it folds around. Too bad. He's got a wide range that he's opening from the cutoff as well, so any ace jack holding is fine. We have ace queen now. We're going to raise it up 2.4x. 4-5 suited in the small blind, we'll raise that up. Nice. We flop top pair. The board's pretty wet, so I would like to go for a decent sizing. He donks out. I think if we just call would be best and get him to just dunk off his chips. Here we have king 6, we'll raise. He checks. We're going to bet 5 big blinds for value. And he folds. Jack 7 suited. We're going to raise it up. Been getting some hands down here. Ace 10 suited will raise. Pocket 6s and the cutoff versus a raise from the hijack. Mostly it's folding. There's some raising here, but for the most part, we're just going to be folding this hand. It's not really strong enough to... Here we can continuation bet with the ace 10. The queen is in our range. We do have a backdoor flush draw. We unblock hearts though, so they could be calling with a flush draw. No help on the turn. We do have showdown value, so if it checks, we can check the river and hopefully hit an ace or a 10. If he has a queen at this point, or like a pocket 9s, pocket 8s, pocket 7s, he could bet this with confidence. I'm going to check this one behind, and we missed that. So our hand might be good here. Oh, he has pocket 9s, just like I thought. Pocket sevens under the gun. We're going to raise it up. And ace jack, we're going to ISO raise here against the limper. And fold the queen deuce. We'll fold in the cut in the small blind there. Haven't been hitting any monster flops lately. Haven't been getting put in any weird spots either, so it's kind of like not a good thing, but not a bad thing as well. We have pocket sevens here. I think we can actually go on the smaller side, get him to call with overs. Here we're going to be checking. We could definitely bet small here to get him to fold out anything that's not connected to this board. And now, if we want to bet big as a bluff, we can go ahead and bet. Oh, he calls. He has the jack of diamonds. Sometimes you got to take a stab at it. I think we're going to just bet small here for value. He could call with an ace. We'll see bet here. We are blocking a flush draw. Pocket queens, we're going to raise it up. And we get called with the sevens. Great. A little value there. Pocket aces in the bottom right, looking good. It's only heads up though, so there's only so much that we can get out of this situation, and he folds, unfortunately. Now we're heads up against a reg, it looks like. He's kind of deep. So this is going to be a little bit of a different strategy here. Playing heads up. Oh, we got a third person in. King 8 off is fine to raise on the button 3 ways. He min clicks it. We're folding. I'm not even going to entertain that. Nine 3 suited, just a fold. We have 8 9 of diamonds in the big blind. If it's raised, we can definitely peel and see a flop. There's even merit to raising actually. When the button raises, we can be raising at a like a 25% frequency with this hand. But given that this guy looks like he's a reg, he does VPIP kind of high and he's 3-betting kind of high. Fold to pre-flop 3-bet. He folds a lot. So you know what? We're going to actually apply some pressure and we're going to raise. Yeah. We get 3-bet. So when we're under the gun and we raise and we get 3-bet by the cutoff, this type of hand in particular does a lot of 4-betting here. So I think we're going to raise it up to, I'd say about 19.56 as a 4-bet. He's folded to 3-bets a lot. Hasn't had the opportunity to fold to a 4-bet. He calls. Here, we're going to start by betting somewhat small. He could have a hand like pocket nines, pocket tens, pocket queens, but we're blocking pocket queens. There we go. Take down a decent little pot there. And now we have ace king. Please leave a like, leave a subscribe if you can. Say something in the chat. Definitely do a shout out to you. 10K Bankroll Challenge. Danks. Down about a half a buy-in. No big deal. Easily make that up. Ace Queen. We're going to be raising here as a 3-bet. And Ace King, we're definitely going to be 3-betting here. We're going to make it on the larger side. And we're going to go 20. We are deep here. It's a mono board and a 3-bet pot where this doesn't hit his range at all unless he's got a hand like pocket. I mean, it does hit his range. He could have all the flushes. He could have 8, 9. We're betting here, though, for sure. Maybe we get folds out of 2 overs, ace-jack suited. I think betting small here is fine. Now, if he does have a flush of some sort, he'd probably just raise it up here and we can get away. But I think a blocker size bet is just fine. This looks really value heavy, so if he doesn't have a flush, we can get him away. Or we can get value out of any type of weaker ace holding if he doesn't have a flush. He calls. I'm considering a jam here. Only problem is he could have the king of clubs. This is a tough spot. We're jamming. Oh, he snaps it off with the king of clubs. God, man, I keep doing that in 4-bet pots. This is terrible. Ay, ay, ay. Just sucked me in. That was terrible. Terrible play on my part. Jesus Christ. This is where I start to get fucking tilted a little bit. Make mistakes. Oops. Jack 10 in the cutoff is fine. Flop 2 pair. We're going to go ahead and bet small. Flop a set. This is great. Actually, on a king high board, we did call it 3-bet, so he could have a hand like king queen, ace king. This might go well for us. I'm just gonna go ahead and call. No reason to raise. Check. Hopefully he bets again, doesn't check back. If he bets, we can go ahead and raise it. We have ace king in the top left. I think just going for a little raise here is good. Raise 4x. Hopefully he just jams here and we can get some of our chips back. We're good. There we go. All right, nice little win. We needed that. We needed that. Go ahead and check. We could definitely actually have him bet and then raise. Or we could overbet this. I'm going to overbet it and try to take down the pot. Yeah, there we go. That worked. Call with pocket deuces. Check. We do have a gut shot here, but that's not really great for our range, this particular hand. So we'll just check it. Fold here. We have 2 overs and a gut shot. He bets half pot. We'll go ahead and call one time. Check. Fold. We'll fold here, and we're going to fold here as well. We can actually overlimp in this spot or overcall with 7-8 of diamonds. We flop a open-ended straight draw with a backdoor flush draw. We can go ahead and bet 55%, and he folds. Take down a little pot. Call here. We flop top pair, but there's trips on board, or through two pair. There's a pair on the board, but we can check call. With king 10, we can raise on the cutoff. He bets small. We can go ahead and call and peel a turn. I think at this point we're probably just letting it go. I mean, if he's got an ace, he's going to be beating me a lot of the time, and he's winning a lot at showdown, so we're going to be folding here. We have ace jack in the early position under the gun. We raise. We have pocket threes. We can actually call here versus a hijack raise. Don't flop a set. Multi-way is really not that great of a hand for us. Queen 10 off versus an early position raise. We'll just go ahead and fold it out. 6-9 fold. Jack 10 on the button. We'll go ahead and bump it up. Check the flop. If it checks through on the turn, we can go ahead and bet. I don't like betting without equity though, so we might just, yeah, we'll just go ahead and fold this here. Ace-6 suited, we can go ahead and raise it up. We can bet this hand actually hits our range pretty well. He's in the big blind, so he could have lots of middling pocket pairs. He could have any 9, 10, any jack, so he could be calling with a weaker hand. Looking for an ace or a 9 if he has a jack. He could have a queen rag, king rag, 10, some sort of 10. Here we have pocket jacks in the big blind. So now he has a less chance that he has a queen here. I could continue to barrel, but if he has an open ender, he's still going to call anyway. So let's just check. We might have showdown value against a jack. Pocket jacks here, we're going to 3-bet 4x. Out of position, even though we 3-bet, we should be actually, that was a mistake. We should be c-betting here on the flop because now we're facing this bet. I think I'm going to try an overbet here. Yeah, there we go. Take down a pot. Once he bets and then checks, gives us power and shows weakness. So go ahead and bluff that. Here we have a post behind. So we'll make it 4 big blinds. With ace-10 off. I mean, not the strongest hand to raise with in early position, but not terrible. If we get 3-bet, we can just let it go. So we have top pair and a gut shot. We're going to bet small here. Actually, we can check. We are blocking the flush draw. I think we go ahead and bet small here. He raises, so let's call and see what comes on the... What could he be raising with? And then jamming. What is that? Ace-9 will raise. We're just going to fold. We could have a set or full house. I mean, trips or a full house. Ace-2 suited. We'll raise it up. We flop top pair. Board's semi-wet. We can actually bet on the larger side. Like I'm gonna bet 55% here. 65%. Here we have a bottom pair and a backdoor straight draw, flush draw rather. We'll peel one turn card, see what comes. Not that great for us. I think we can check. We have showdown value. I think we might win this pot. He probably was on a flush draw of some sort. I think this hand, we don't need that much protection. The only thing we're looking to not lose against is a flush. So I think most turn river cards are going to be okay for us. So given the circumstances, I'm going to go ahead and just check. And a heart comes. It's not the greatest card for us. Oh man, it just seems to always come, man. That's fucking crazy. Now he bets and I can't call. It's just the worst. I'm losing to all the flushes. I'm losing to all the sets, trips. I'm losing to all the full houses. Sucks. Under the gun with ace-9, we raise. Ace-4 suited in the small blind, we can go ahead and 3-bet it. We're going to make it 10 blinds. Here we raise pre-flop. This actually is decent for our range, and we have a backdoor straight and flush draw. We can bet small. So now we have an open-ended straight draw with the flush draw, the nut flush draw at that. So I think we're gonna go for a larger bet size here over pot. Yeah, take it down with ace high. Perfect. Jack-9 in the cutoff with fold. This could turn around at any minute now. All we need is just one decent hand. Action's been really minimal the past 2 hours, honestly. Ace 10, we're going to isolate here on the button. Bet small here. We're going to go for some value here. Raise with 8-9 suited on the button and raise with King Jack under the gun. Pocket fives in the cutoff versus another position raise is just a fold. Jack 5 suited in the cutoff. When it opens to us, it folds to us. It's just not quite in our range yet. We'd be raising hands like Jack 7 suited plus from here. We do flop top pair 3 ways. There's a flush draw out there and potential straight draw as well. Even though we're in the middle, we don't need that much protection, but we don't want the diamond to peel off in case there is a flush draw for somebody on the turn. They could hit a flush. So I'm thinking this type of board you want to bet small on. And we get min raise. What do we get min raise with? I'm just curious. Could have a hand like 7-9, King 9, King 7. It could have a flush draw trying to sweeten the pot a little bit. We're gonna call. Diamond peel is not the best card for us. Ace Jack in the top right. We're going to go ahead and isolate. He checks. I'm just going to check call. Oh, he rivers 2-pair. Great. Great. We're just running absolutely terribly today. As I say that, we flop top 2. We can bet a little on the bigger side. He snap folds. We're getting no action with their big hands. We're losing the max with our weaker hands. This is just not going that great. It's really frustrating, to be honest. We're losing the max that we could lose with most of our big hands, small hands. It's just terrible. Oh. Queen 10 suited facing under the gun raise is just a fold. King, queen, and the hijack. We're going to go ahead and bump it up. Not the best flop for our range here. We'll just check. We have a backdoor flush draw and 2 overs. We fold to a half pot size bet. Only down 1 buy-in. Easily can come back from that. We have 335 hands to go until we're done with the session. We're gonna raise with king jack and the hijack and fold to the raise in the small blind. Fold 10-6, and we have jack 4 of clubs in the small blind. If it folds to us, we'll go ahead and raise. This board isn't really that great for us. However, this guy's V-pipping pretty high, so he could have a lot of hands here. He could have any of the 6s. We are blocking the jack high. We are blocking the jack of clubs, or jack of diamonds. So this is a hand that we could bet with if we wanted to. I wouldn't mind just seeing a... I mean, we get a lot of folds here, but there are also a lot of draws. You could have 9-10. It could have 7-5. So I think here we just check because we are getting... I mean, we could be getting called by weaker. We bet small here, actually. We could be getting called by less, so this is kind of like a value bet-ish. Value bet, semi-bluff. All right, so now we have a flush draw, and the queen is much better for our range than for theirs. So here, he bets pretty large. I think when we're just drawing to a flush at this point, really not liking it, especially because we get to a point to where if he leads out on the river, are we even good with our jack of diamonds? I mean, we'll have the 3rd nuts, and that's even if we hit, so I'm just going to let it go. Jacks on the bottom right, we're going to go ahead and 4-bet, or 3-bet, out of position to 4x. This board's great for us. We can go ahead and bet small. We take down the pot with jacks, no big deal. Ace-3 suited. We have a cutoff raise. I'm thinking in the small blind, we'd probably go for a 3-bet here or fold. This is a pretty decent reg here. I think we could 3-bet it and be in decent shape. So we're going to go ahead and 3-bet. Here with pocket 8s, we're going to raise it up in the middle position. So we have a gut shot straight draw. This is the perfect type of board where they just miss everything and we can bet and take it down with ace high. I'm going to go a little on the larger side and make it almost half pot. Yeah, he's folding everything. Here, he 3-bets us, kind of on the larger side, but if we flop a set, we could get stacks in here. So we're going to call. Not the greatest, but not the worst. He could have some type of king jack, queen jack suited that might be doing 3-betting here in the small blind. But he bets super small. I think we could just call here and might be good a lot of the time. If he continues to bluff with like ace king, ace queen. If he has a hand like pocket queens, pocket kings, or aces, then we're in bad shape. I think here we go ahead and bet. He has all the flush draws as well. Yeah, I think he's got 2 overs there. Yep, he folds. King 3 of diamonds. We have the backdoor flush draw with the second pair. Not a terrible hand in particular, but not the greatest. I mean, even if we have a king and he has one too, he's beating us. So I think we'll just check here. Oh, now we turn 2 pair. That's great. Very disguised 2 pair as well. So now we're pretty much losing to ace king, ace 3, and ace 8. Pocket 3s are not really a thing. Pocket 8s, he'd probably be betting on the flop. I'm going to bet a little on the larger side since he could have any ace or any flush draw. He folds. 4-bet them 8s. Yeah, I don't know about 4-betting the 8s. It's a bold move. It's not really what I would do, but I could see somebody doing it for sure. What's up, Marshall Buckler? Welcome. How you doing, my man? Pleasure to have you in the stream. I'm Danks. What's up? Join our Discord if you like. If you want to be a part of a great community. We have over 300 members who are all like-minded players trying to get better at the game. Discord link is in the description. Love to have you stop by. We are giving away a free poker coaching sessions. It's going to be an in-depth, detailed online poker coaching for any players who want to take the game seriously. More than welcome to put your name in the raffle there on Discord. Pocket 9s. Yeah, got to live on the edge. Yeah, I agree. That's why I play poker, is just to live on the edge in general. Not the worst flop for us, actually. We can go ahead and c-bet this. We're in the between 2 players. We might actually be checking here, so we're going to go ahead and pull a check. In between 2 players, I'd rather check and then call. Here we can go ahead and bet. I would say we're going to bet on the medium side. There's a flush draw out there. Any 6 might be able to call a small bet. Any pocket pair, 7s, 8s, even 5s might call. This guy's view pipping pretty high. Could have a lot of hands. All pocket pairs, small ones, 4s, 5s, 7s. He could have 6s as well. Yeah, I would love for you to join, man. Stop by or just stop in anytime you want. Jack deuce of clubs in the small blind. We're going to be raising it here, 3 big blinds. He three bets 0 out of 15. This is his first three bet, so obviously this guy's strong. So we're just gonna fold, and then Queen Jack offsuit under the gun is just a fine open. A6 of clubs. From the button, when we get a raise from the cutoff, we can be three betting here because their range is so wide that we can get a lot of folds. And even if they do call, it's not the end of the world. So I think we'll go ahead and raise it up. I'm gonna make it A big blinds to go. Be fine if we get a fold. Get a call, it's fine as well. Yeah, I mean he raises, so we're just gonna let it go. It does check through on the turn on the flop. I think if he had, since I checked out of position, if he had an 8 or a king, he'd be betting here. So, given that he's a fish and we exploit fish, I'm gonna bet 75 on the flop on the turn. And I'm gonna bet 75 again on the river and try to get a fold. Or I might bet even bigger. Bet pot. Oh, he calls. Wow, he checked the flop with top pair. Good for him. Man, these guys are actually crushing me lately. Jesus. Can't get ahead. I'm just stuck behind. This has been a rough session, to be honest with you. I get frustrated. Yesterday didn't go that great. Today it's not going that great. So really just trying to push through here, play 1,000 hands, and just try to at least break even or win a little bit. 10K Bankroll Challenge off to a rough start. King Jack off. We're going to raise on the button. Ace deuce suited in the cutoff. We're going to go ahead and bump it up. Good flop for our range, but not the best for our hand. This person folds to a flop c-bet. Doesn't say. But I think we can bet small here. It's fine. Get folds out of anything that, pocket fives, pocket sixes. Makes a big raise. We'll just let it go. Queen 5 off, we folded. Would have flop top pair, but no big deal. Not much action going on lately, honestly. But we'll see what happens. Still got 250 more hands before the end of the session. We are playing 1,000 hands a day through our $10,000 bankroll challenge. Please follow along the way. $10,000 bankroll challenge started with $1,000. Started with $1,100 actually, and I'm down right now. About $50 from the beginning of this, but things will eventually go up our way. I have been doing well in the 25 NL streets past couple months, so should end up turning around for us. We're losing the absolute minimum. Only thing I've been losing to are making bad bluffs, to be honest with you, so as long as I can kind of cut those out, we might be in good shape. Ace 6 of diamonds, we're going to go ahead and raise it up from the small blind. And here we're going to just fold to a large bet. We get raised by the very aggressive player. We're going to call with Ace 6 of diamonds. We flopped second pair with the backdoor's flush draw. We're just going to check it again, see if he checks back. Well, he has ace queen, so yeah, I'm just getting absolutely owned today. It's just been very frustrating. Missing a lot of flops. Winning the minimum with our great hands, losing the maximum with our weak hands. Just really hasn't been going that great. We're open-ended. If he bets here, I'm going to raise. Get away with a little bluff there. Pocket sevens in the small blind. We'll go ahead and probably when we're facing a button raise from for this sizing, and then we're in the small blind with pocket sevens. This is typically either a raise or fold situation. I don't really have any stats on this player in particular. I think we're going to go ahead and raise it up, though. We'll go 10. King 10 in middle position. We're going to raise it up. And we have King Queen here. We're going to 3-bet it. I'm going to make it 9. 10 big blinds to go. If he 4-bets us, then we'll just go ahead and fold. If he calls, we'll see what the flop turns out to be. Not the worst flop for us. I think Jack is kind of scary, but I don't mind it. We are blocking some flushes. We flop top pair. We can actually go on the larger side here with the flush draw and straight draw out there. Check this one on the bottom left. We get called, so now we have potential flush draws. Maybe a weaker king, king jack, king 10. Here we're just going to call with the ace jack off. Flop second pair. We turn 2 pair. This is great. It's double flush, so I'm actually thinking we're going to jam here. We're going to call the 2 big blinds. He jams. He jams. Wow. We have to call it off, I guess. King, queen. We both split. Not terrible. I think here... Probably peel one more card. He's thinking long and hard. He overbets the pot. Man, we're just gonna let this one go. Oh, yeah. We have a flush draw on the top right. We're gonna go ahead and try to build the pot with some equity here. In case we do hit. Could get raised by a 7. Somebody that might have a 7 and decided not to bet the flop. We have second pair, but really not looking that great. We have some showdown value, so we'll just go ahead and check it. King, queen suited in the bottom right. We're going to raise it up. Oh, looks like we might take this pot. Yes. Yes. Nice. Pocket 5s, we're going to go ahead and bump it up. We flop top pair with king, queen suited here with the backdoor flush draw. This is the perfect hand to go ahead and actually bet small. There are straight draws out there, as well as anybody could have this person could have a queen or a weaker queen of some sort and call. 5-7 is a straight draw. 3-5 is a straight draw. He's tanking. I don't know if it's on purpose or Okay. Well, a straight comes in, 3-5 comes in, 5-8 comes in. But I don't mind going larger here. There is a flush draw out there as well now. This board hits our range pretty well. We're going to c-bet small. Get all the flush draws to call, anything like that. We could be behind by any of the cards on board, 7, 10, or ace. Board's not looking that great for us at this point now, given our exact hand. They could have a straight with king jack. He could have queen jack. He could have king queen. He could have queen 10, queen 9. Lots of hands that beat us at this point, so we're probably going to just shut it down here. Yeah, this isn't looking that great. Now, if he checks, we could bluff at it with an overbet. I'm going to overbet it here. Very polarizing with the overbet here. Basically saying we have a jack. We take it down. Pocket kings on the top left looks good. Maybe we can go for stacks here and try to make some money back. All right, we do get 3-bet. We're going to go ahead and go for a 4-bet here. We're out of position, so we're going to make it 18 big blinds to go. And hopefully he just shoves, and we're not up against aces. Nope, he just he folds. That's what's been happening all day today. Aces, kings, whatever. It doesn't matter. I just haven't been able to get any decent pots. Really, I've lost just by big bluffs that I've made and getting picked off. I had a great bluff attempt, and he called with third paired after being check raised on the flop. I bet pot on the turn, pot on the river, and he just calls off with third pair somehow. I don't know. So I'm a little tilted. Just been kind of a rough session, to be honest. We have top pair with the second nut flush draw. I'm going to bet small here, try to extract some value. And then threes, we're going to call on the button. I think we're going to just try to extract maximum value here. We're going to 3-bet the ace-king. Try to take the pot down with pocket threes here. Could be getting called by some random ace highs. Maybe we can get folds out of like pocket fours, pocket sixes. Hands that beat us. We're going to raise up 3 big blinds. He's thinking long and hard about what he's got. I'm really not sure what he could be thinking about. So now we're losing to anything that pairs on the board. Here we're going to call a half pot bet. We got 2 pair now, really concealed. And pocket sixes, we're going to flop a set. That's what I love to see. We flop a set. All right, turn. We're going to actually be raising here. We're going to make it 16 to go. Check, and we're going to check raise this because this is a very wet board. So if he decides to bet, oh, wow. He had a set. Okay. Well, now's our chance to try to make some money back. I don't want to scare him off, but I don't want to let him get away. So I'm just going to raise small. Perfect. We got a full house. I'm going to check now and see if he bets again. And I'm going to go for a check raise again. No. I kind of want to just jam it. I know that sounds crazy, but we're jamming it. Raise it up with King 10 of the gun, and then King Jack. Versus an under the gun raise, a lot of times we could be 3-betting here with King Jack, or we could just be folding. If it was suited, much more suitable for a 3-bet, but we're just going to let it go here. We got 3-bet with King 10, we're going to fold. We have second pair here. It checked through on the flop, so we're going to bet half pot. There's flush draws out there. We are blocking the King High flush draw, but there could be close draws out there. The ace is actually good for us. I'm betting 75% pot to extract value out of a weaker 10. Didn't work. He has a fucking ace. Ezekiel, what's up, man? I'm playing on Ignition. Raising up with ace queen. Jack 5 of clubs. Ace 7 of hearts. Backdoor straight, backdoor flush draw. We get 3-bet. We're just going to fold. It's been really frustrating, to be honest with you. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and end the session now. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure. Micro Stakes Poker University 10K Bankroll Challenge. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and join us on Discord. Love to see you in the chat sometime. And yeah, thanks so much for joining. Take care.